However, even this second terrible test did not please the goddess Venus, who, frowning, said to her with a bitter smile,
I also know the clandestine author of this deed, but now I want to test immediately whether you are truly endowed with a bold spirit and extraordinary prudence. Do you see the peak of that steep mountain which dominates that lofty and rugged mountain? From that peak the dark waters of a black spring gush forth, and gathering at the bottom of the nearby valley, they descend to irrigate the Stygian marsh and feed the dark stream of Cocytus. You must climb to the point where the spring gushes very cold from the earth and bring me back this small urn filled with that water.
So saying, she handed her a small vase of worked crystal, adding even more terrible, threatening words. Psyche set off with rapid steps to reach the summit of that mountain, certain that there she would find at least the end of her troubled existence. But when she reached the summit, she immediately realized the mortal difficulty of the undertaking. In fact, a very high rock, steep and inaccessible, poured out from the middle of a crack, that terrifying water, which, penetrating through certain narrow passages, rushed out through the cracks and flowed down the slope, falling invisibly into the nearby valley. Beside it, to the right and to the left, terrible dragons stood guard, crawling and stretching their necks in the crevices of the rock, with their eyes always open and their pupils eternally intent on the light. Even the waters, which had the gift of speech, tried to defend themselves by continually shouting, "Go away! What are you doing? Be careful! Run away! You will come to a bad end!"
Run away! You will come to a bad end.
Psyche, petrified in the face of so many difficulties, was present there in body but unable to use her senses. So much so that, terrified by the magnitude of an impossible undertaking, she was even deprived of that only relief that tears provide. But the misfortune of that innocent soul did not escape the deep eyes of compassionate Providence. For the royal bird of supreme Jupiter, the ravenous eagle, suddenly appeared with outspread wings. It remembered the ancient honor bestowed upon it by Cupid when he had chosen it to abduct the Phrygian cupbearer Ganymede on Jupiter's behalf, and by rushing to the aid of his wife in the midst of her troubles at the right moment, it wished to honor the power of the god. It therefore descended from the celestial regions by the path reserved for the gods, and fluttering before the girl's face, it said,
"How naive you are, and how ignorant of these things! Do you think you can not only steal a drop, but even touch that water, at once most holy and terrible? Do you not see that you are in the presence of waters feared by the gods, and even by Jupiter himself? Have you never heard that the gods swear by the majesty of the Styx, as you do by that of the gods? Then give me this jug."
And so saying, the eagle snatches it away, clutching it in his talons, and swiftly soaring with the full breadth of his great flapping wings between the dragon's open mouths, armed with sharp teeth and their quivering triffid tongues, it draws up the water, which tries to evade by threatening and warning it to leave before it suffers harm. The eagle, however, claiming that it was going to fetch it at Venus's command, and that it must bring the water to her, managed, under this pretext, to approach with some confidence. So, joyfully taking the jug full of water, Psyche immediately went to bring it to Venus. But even this could not calm the goddess's furious face. Indeed, threatening to subject her to more severe and cruel trials, the goddess addressed her with an ominous grin thus,
By now I must truly believe that you are a great sorceress and capable of true witchcraft, if you were able to perform with such skill what I commanded you. But now, my little doll, you have one more command to carry out. Take this little jar and go to hell. Yes, to the very infernal abode of Orcus himself. When you are there, present the jar to Despina and say, Venus begs you to send her a little of your beauty, At least enough for one short day. For what she had, she has used up in curing her sick son. And be sure not to be late, for I must put it on my face before going to the assembly of the gods."
Then Psyche realized she had reached the height of misfortune, and understood that she was being sent openly to her death. And why not? She was forced to walk on her own 2 feet to Tartarus and the gods of the dead. Without hesitation, she headed for a very high tower, intending to throw herself from its top. That seemed to her the shortest and easiest way to reach hell. But suddenly, the tower began to speak to her like this.
"Wretch, why do you want to kill yourself by throwing yourself down? Why do you let this terrible but final ordeal overcome you without reacting? It's clear that if your soul separates from your body, you will go straight to the depths of Tartarus. But from there, you will never be able to return for any reason. So listen to me, and I'll explain everything to you in detail."